What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cass here, and we are here to talk about why the Denver Broncos will win the Super Bowl. So, to start off, we're going to talk about the depth chart for the Denver Broncos. So, the first real eye-opening question that I can see has got to be the quarterback position. With this team, the way they're building it, Garrett Bowles, Dalton Razor, Lloyd Cushenberry, Graham Glasgow, if they can possibly find a good right tackle, because I know for watching Broncos games that Bobby Massey is not it. No. So if they can find a new right tackle, they might be able. That may be their offensive line, and that's an offensive line that I think would do very well. Now, as far as tight end, I think Noah Fant's one of the better tight ends in the NFL. I really do believe that. I think he's proven that. I think Jerry Jeudy is an elite route runner in the NFL. I doubt the fact, maybe going into the season, I doubt the fact that Tim Patrick will be the third receiver. But I really do like Seth Williams and think he could eventually make that jump to be that third guy. And that's no shot on KJ Hamler either. Hamler could very well make that jump too, as well. Getting Courtland Sutton back is huge. Adding Javonte Williams to possibly be Melvin Gordon's replacement when Melvin leaves is huge. This is something that the Broncos are doing very well, and that's future placement. That's being able to replace a superstar on your team by drafting a guy to replace him. And that's something that it looks like that they're starting to do very well on the offensive side of the ball. Now, I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys this prediction would be very different if Aaron Rodgers was in this starting quarterback. Now, if Aaron does end up getting traded or signed to the Broncos, I'm going to make a new video about this. Until then, we're going as if Drew Lock or Teddy Bridgewater is the starter. So let's scroll on down and look at this defense. Now, Bradley Chubb, I like Bradley Chubb. I'm not a huge fan of their inside linebackers. Alexander Johnson got hit with a lot of penalties last year in very key and important moments. Michael Ojimedia's first interception of his career was called back by a Alexander Johnson penalty. So, Josie Jewell's a really good linebacker in the run game. Vaughn's Vaughn. We all know who Vaughn is. We all know how good Vaughn is. But this secondary that they're building out in Denver looks really, really good. Kareem Jackson, Justin Simmons. No, just as I said with Budda Baker in the last video, I believe Justin Simmons is one of the more high-key safeties in the NFL today. I do believe that Budda is the best safety in the NFL, but Justin Simmons is definitely up there. Now, what I'm saying with that is because they have so many players that are going to be, and it even looks like to me that they're gearing up for a replacement in the safeties by drafting Caden Sturgis and Jamar Johnson. Those are two guys that could very well play both of those safety roles. But I do believe they also just signed Justin Simmons to a long-term deal. So I'm not sure how that's going to work out. But with having Kyle Fuller and Pat Surtain and then Ronald Darby and Calhoun on the outsides and possibly moving Ojemedia to play in the inside, I think that'll work out very well. I think that works out, tremendously well. I wouldn't be surprised if they put Hamler as the kick returner. I know he did that a lot at. Here, let me look at this right quick. I think he did that a lot at the University of. I'm trying to remember where you went to school. That's what I'm moving over here to. At the University of Penn State. I think he did that a lot. But maybe that's something that we can look to see out of Hamler going forward. Is a kick returner. He's a little small for it, but maybe. But now let's get into this predictions. Here, let me. I was there. Alright, guys, here we are. The Denver Broncos. Now, we're going to go through this, and if you're wondering why the Broncos have one win and a loss already to the Raiders, is because I'd already did the Raiders' predictions. What the hell? Yeah, if you guys are wondering why that's already a thing, because I've already done the Raiders' prediction video. But now we're going to get right into the Denver Broncos. Okay, here we go. Game 1 against New York. It's an away game. It's going to be a hard game for them to win. I think they come in, they drop the L to New York. It leads them off 0-1. Then they go to Jacksonville. Depending on the quarterback play from both teams, I think Lawrence could very much win this game for Jacksonville. But knowing what I know now, I think I'm going to give that game to Denver. And I'm going to give them on the 2-game winning streak. And then they drop one to Baltimore. Now, through the first 4 weeks, they're 2-2. That's really good. Now, going into week 5, I have them upsetting Pittsburgh. This could be a game that I think could be based off turnovers, is the reason that they're going to upset Pittsburgh. But I think that game could be very much based off turnovers. But what I'm also saying is Denver has a rough schedule going forward. They play Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Raiders, Browns, and then play Washington. That's a rough 5-game stretch. But anyway, we're gonna get right into it. I think they dropped 3 straight to Cleveland, Washington, and Las Vegas. Because this is looking like to be a very hard season for Denver. And with the quarterback play they have, it's going to be hard for them to get past that. I think they beat Dallas. I'll give them that. I think they have a hard time beating Philadelphia, but I think they do that. I think they drop one to the Chargers and the Chiefs. And they beat they beat Detroit. Hopefully, with Denver's improved secondary and defensive line, they can knock off Cincinnati. And then I think they drop one to the Chargers and Chiefs. Yeah, I think they ended 8-9. I think that's the ending record. Now to get them into the playoffs, what I think they might maybe have to do is Denver might have to beat the Chargers and then beat a team like Baltimore. Yeah, that's 10-7. That gets them in the playoffs. They beat a team like Baltimore and Los Angeles. That gets them in, but that's my current ranking right now, is 8 and 9. Anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. This has been your boy Cass, and this has been Why the Broncos Will Win the Super Bowl in 2022. This is your boy Cass signing out. Bye, guys.